And well, even as China is clearly rattled after the decision taken by the Indian government to ban 59 Chinese apps, it was today when Chinese envoy to India had visited Manohar Parrikar Institute for Defence Sciences and Analysis, and over there they held bilateral talks with the DG. Here are all the details. Abhishek Kapoor, our executive editor, to give us more details of what exactly was discussed in this meet. Over to you, Abhishek.
Suresha, this seems like significant because the Chinese envoy, in the midst of all that is happening at the border in terms of standoff, visits a very important think tank, which is actually closely affiliated with the government or works closely with the government, the Institute of Defensive Studies and Analysis. Clearly a strategic think tank, and the Chinese envoy going there, and a tweet comes in from the institute which says that the envoy visited IDSA and held detailed discussions with the Director General Sujan Chenoy on the India-China border and the India-China face-off. This essentially means that even as the armies stand at the border face-to-face, there is intense diplomacy going on in terms of trying to disengage and see to it that de-escalation really happens. And remember, this happens on a day when the commando level talks are going on, and it's been 7 hours and the talks are still on. So it shows that both the sides at the top have an intent to disengage and de-escalate and to make sure that something like the June 15 incident does not happen again and complicate things further. I'm also told that apart from discussing disengagement, the Chinese envoy was also told about India's genuine escalation matrix in terms of, for example, what has happened yesterday by way of banning 59 Chinese apps, plus the possibility of making sure that all those goods that come cheap and are of poor quality do not make entry into Indian markets. So I believe there would have been some plain speaking that would have gone into this meeting, and a message given that the Chinese have to de-escalate. The onus is on Chinese. Remember, the Chinese envoy had recently said that the onus is on India. Actually, the onus is on Chinese, and I'm told that in the talks that have taken place...
Yes, Abhishek, needless to say that China has clearly felt the snub after India took the decision of banning 59 Chinese apps. And while China understands that India is very firm on its stand, India also wants to de-escalate. So that is a message that is very clear, and China must act according to that. On that note, Abhishek, many thanks for joining us. We move on to more international updates.